Matters on Wall Street, another record high for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It gained nearly 7 points today, and the trading was active. We'll be back in just a moment.
Kellogg Special K breakfast. Low fat, less than 220 calories. Try it on for size.
Thanks to the K, you can't visit it.
I love this long grain and wild rice dish.
It's Rice-A-Roni long grain and wild rice. Rare herbs, seasonings, and lots of delicious wild rice. The secret's in the flavor packet.
Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat. Here's the delicious bread stuffing from Rice-A-Roni.
Rice-A-Roni bread stuffing has real chicken flavor, seasonings, toasted breadcrumbs.
More great stuffing, Mom.
Goes with any dish. It's not just for stuffing anymore.
When a hurricane this strong hit Houston, Houston found out you need an insurance company this strong behind you. Within hours, an Aetna task force was coming, over 100 strong, from round the country, assigned to the hardest hit, paying 1,000 claims a day and more, going the extra mile to put the people, the companies, the schools back in business.
Aetna, we're glad we met you.
Tonight on Nightline, the Yurchenko affair. Whom can we believe? Our guests include former CIA Director Richard Helms and a Soviet defector who once worked for Yurchenko.
Once again, our top story, Vitaly Yurchenko, the Soviet spy who says he wants to go home, is going home. He left the State Department tonight after telling officials there he is not being forced home by Soviet officials. The State Department is apparently satisfied that he is leaving of his own free will. Lots of investigations to come. American authorities say Yurchenko was never a prisoner, but was protected by the CIA at his own request. They say he disappeared one night after going out for dinner with a CIA escort and next turned up at the Soviet embassy. That's our report on World News Tonight. I'm Peter Jennings. Good night.
From ABC, this has been World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. Tonight.
Forget me, Ori. It's the only way.
We honor them as they go to fight for their country in the war with Mexico. All right!
I have to go to him. I have to. He needs me.
Tonight on North and South.
If it were not this exotic, if it were not this smooth, this delightful, if the taste were not this delicious, this sensuous, if it were not this Hawaiian, the taste of Mauna would not be so exciting. Taste paradise. New Mauna guava drink, now brought to the mainland by Ocean Spray.
3, 4. Oh, how I love. Oh, wait. All right. Okay. Wait until he's ready. He marked it. Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, how I long to be the girl I used to be. Fascinating rhythm, oh, won't you stop picking on me? Rhythm, rhythm, rhythm.
But you'll never hear that kind of rhythm on Magic 106.
Magic 106.
What can't you hear on Magic 106?
Guess they like the Pointer Sisters better.
Who?
Not good enough. But it's a good deal. No.
Hughes buyers drive a hard bargain, then pass the savings on to you.
A 3-pound package of ground beef, 77 cents a pound. Limit 2, please.
The truth about AIDS, this week at 6 and 11.
If it were not this exotic, if it were not this smooth, this delightful, if the taste were not this delicious, this sensuous, if it were not this Hawaiian, the taste of Mauna would not be so exciting. Taste paradise. New Mauna guava drink, now brought to the mainland by Ocean Spray.
I swear we've been...
Tomorrow night, the Peanuts gang takes center stage in the all-new animated version of the hit musical, You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. Then on Charlie and Company, the kids feel the pinch when Charlie tightens the family budget. And on George Burns' Comedy Week, Patrick Duffy's date is a real dream girl. It's all tomorrow night, starting at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
To learn more about dinosaurs, the Library of Congress suggests these books: Dinosaurs, An Illustrated History by Edwin H. Colbert, A Field Guide to Dinosaurs by David Lambert, and The Great Extinction by Michael Allaby and James Lovelock. These and many other interesting books are waiting for you in your local library and bookstore. Visit them. They'll be happy to help you read more about it.
Saturday.
I'm a lady who lives out on a limb.
A beautiful test pilot with a deadly secret takes Hawk on the most romantic ride of his life on Airwolf. Then on the CBS Saturday Night Movies.
So your folks are going out of town.
The film that launched Tom Cruise to stardom.
Just use your best judgment. You know we trust you.
What could possibly happen when an all-American boy is left to his own devices? He could take a ball for a girl on call, which could get him into a little risky business.
Who's the U-boat commander?
All Saturday.
Jerry Simpson ran for Congress in 1890, representing Kansas farmers fighting the high shipping costs of the railroad monopoly. When Simpson chided his wealthy opponent for wearing silk socks, he was accused of wearing no socks. It wasn't true, but Simpson became Sockless Jerry and won. Once in Congress, he cultivated a country bumpkin image. Opponents soon realized that Sockless wasn't witless. He was eloquent and effective. Sockless Jerry Simpson began the movement to end the railroad monopoly that was stifling Kansas farmers. I'm Bruce Boxleitner with An American Portrait.
Listen, if I don't have that package by 10:30 a.m. tomorrow, my whole business will collapse.
Next time, send it Federal Express.
Federal Express sponsored An American Portrait.
This is Uncle Sam reminding you to look for your new government check featuring pictures of the Statue of Liberty real soon.
This is CBS.
I finally got relaxing down to a science with a good friend, a good book, and a hot cup of Celestial Seasonings Sleepy Time tea. The little bear in the box will tell you what Sleepy Time's all about. It's a soothing tea with lots of herbs and spices and berries. You like berries, don't you, Max? There's nothing like it to unfrazzle your nerves. Sleepy Time. It's a nice way to end the day. Say good night, Max.
Good night, Max.
Celestial Seasonings herb teas. Taste one of life's richer pleasures.
Nice game.
We may be retired, but we sure are active.
And we still enjoy ourselves, even on fixed incomes.
You see this star? It's how the GTE Yellow Pages tells us this shop offers discounts to seniors.
Hundreds of businesses give discounts, of course, and the GTE Yellow Pages tells you who they are quickly and easily with this special star.
We shop the stars now in the GTE Yellow Pages.
And we save.
Beating Infertility this week at 6.
Tonight on the CBS Tuesday Night Movies, a world premiere.
Bag lady, why don't you pick another corner?
Because this is my corner, that's why.
Lucille Ball stars in her first network television drama.
Who were you, Flora? Who'd even remember me?
She had it all and lost everything except her dignity.
I'm still here, and I know how to protect myself.
She's a woman who exists on scraps.
Half a good roast beef sandwich.
And spunk.
With horseradish.
And yesterday's dream. Stone Pillow, next.
I had a job interview today, but all I could think of was
lobster bisque, one of Lipton's international soup classics. So instead of talking salary, I was dreaming of big, succulent chunks of lobster floating in a rich, creamy bisque, delicately seasoned. And when I was asked if I could handle the vice presidency, I said something about the paprika.
New international soup classics from Lipton leave a great taste in your mind.
This is the soft, pure light of the GE soft white bulb. It creates a soft, warm glow that's beautiful to see by, and bright enough to work by with less glare and no harsh shadows. Because its high diffusion coating makes light that's soft, warm, glowing, so you can see the world the way you want to see it. The soft white by GE. It puts your life in a better light. GE, we bring good things to life.
Looking for sweet, great-tasting, 100% pure orange juice? Here's something new to look for. Florida's seal of approval. Your guarantee that no matter how or where it's packaged, it's juice that meets Florida standards. Standards higher than those of the federal government. So to be sure the juice you pour has everything you're looking for, look for Florida's new seal of approval.
Orange is smart. Did you hear about McDonald's new McDLT?
It could be the best tasting lettuce and tomato hamburger ever.
Cause the hot stays hot and the cool stays cool. You get a quarter pound of beef on the hot side. And the hot stays hot, McD.
Crisp lettuce and tomato on the cuckoo side. And the cool stays cool. LT.
The beef stays hot, the cool stays crisp. It's the hottest taste. The coolest taste you can't resist. It's a good time. Hot beefy McD. For the great taste.
Cool crisp LT.
McDonald's McD. LT.
Another bran eater. Yep. Hope you're hungry.
Oh.
Because it takes 4 bowls of all bran to get the vitamin nutrition in 1 bowl of Total.
He's been bran washed.
Total's a good source of bran fiber. Total also has 100% of 9 vitamins and iron. It takes 4 bowls of many bran cereals to get that. You could eat 4 bowls of fruit and fiber, or 1 bowl of Total.
Think you missed the boat, Dad.
Total, 1 bowl, 100%.
Pie. In its long and varied history, the pie has had many developments. But the most astonishing is the latest, Weight Watchers pie. The first pie that's all pleasure, no regrets. Introducing Weight Watchers apple pie. Sweet and juicy and cinnamony. And introducing Weight Watchers cherry pie. Sweet and juicy and tart, both in a tender, flaky crust. That's mine. Weight Watchers pie. This is living.
Hey, this is new Country Crock and Quarter Sticks.
Country Crock taste and sticks?
See, that same buttery taste in quarter-pound sticks.
So now we can stick with Country Crock's great taste and still have fewer calories.
Just like I'm stuck with you.
New shed spread Country Crock Quarter Sticks. Rich, buttery taste, fewer calories than regular margarine, and no cholesterol.
Hey, muffins.
Country Crock is the taste to stick with.
You mean the stick to taste with?
Oh.
Stick around. I'm just getting started.
You're really on the move, all over the West. So you need a bank that can keep pace with you, while only First Interstate can cash its customers' personal checks all over the West. So come to First Interstate. We're not just keeping pace, we're setting the pace.
We now return to the television premiere of Stone Pillow.
People are tough on their bathrooms, so they need something to clean them that's even tougher. That's why Heavy Duty Tough Act was invented. Tough Act cleans soap scum better than any other bathroom cleaner. And it scours without scratching. So although I'm abrasive, Tough Act isn't. Try Tough Act because no bathroom cleaner works better on soap scum than this.
Tough Act. It's a tough act to follow.
Even tougher than me.
Birthdays come once a year, gift wrapping, laughter and tears.
It's when dreams come true, friendships shine through, and we hold our families dear. So, Papa, here's our wish. May all your days be as happy as this. We've shared your joys, we've cried your tears, we've touched your life through all these years. Kleenexes, bless you.
My father is a wonderful man, but very particular about the taste of food. If flavor is not just right, he is most displeased. So even though I serve him new chunking entree with truly authentic sauce, with father, you never know.
Very good.
It's one of Chungking's new entrees.
Ah, Chungking is new. Delicious.
New Chungking entrees. So good, even the experts love them.
I'm 32 years old, and I love Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Brave adults are coming forward to challenge the notion that Frosted Flakes is just a kid's cereal.
I know there's a tiger in the box. I like the taste, okay?
Because you love them as a kid doesn't mean you can't love them as an adult.
One day, our neighbor saw the package on the table.
And we don't even have children.
With that extra crunch and milk, that frosting just right, that taste is great as ever.
Well, they've always been my favorite. So dig in. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
We will return to the television premiere of Stone Pillow, starring Lucille Ball. Wednesday, happiness is the ultimate Charlie Brown when one of the world's most popular musicals becomes an all-new animated special. You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
Friday, Danny Kaye is a keeper of secrets. Watch in the Twilight Zone.
And on Dallas,
The Good Life.
JR set up with the ultimate scheme.
I'm prepared to go all the way.
Then,
Falcon Crest is not for sale.
but is Angela ready to pay the price?
I have asked Angela to marry me.
Friday.
This is CBS.
My mother is so special to me. But if you go back to those times, I don't know how either one of us made it through.
Mother, there were times, you know, we didn't get along. Ups and downs and turnarounds. It's true we had our share go wrong.
Even then, when I did something really dumb, or I was really hurting, she was always there for me.
And now that all our younger years drift into yesterday.
I don't know how it happened. Somehow all those crazy years ended up bringing us close. And now I have a mother who's a friend.
I want you to remember.
Hello? Hi, Mom.
Hi, honey. How are you?
Drift away.
Latest on the meat cutter strike at 11.
I think a little higher. When my head hurts, no painting looks good. In the past, I would have taken aspirin or Tylenol. But today, I take Advil. In its first year, doctors have recommended Advil over 500,000 times. You see, just one Advil is as effective as 2 regular strength Tylenol or 2 regular aspirin. That's good to know. Advil got rid of my headache. And it didn't upset my stomach. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Grandpa Redenbacher?
Coming.
Better time than now
Is this right?
to show you in ways just how
Come on, I'll show you something else.
you mean so much to me.
There's no better time than now to share my gourmet popping corn, or microwave popping corn. It's the lightest and fluffiest.
The best time there is
How do I look?
to share the best of times
Like a Redenbacher.
is now.
We're Beatrice.
Because living well is still the best revenge. Le Menu Dinners presents Danish ham steak with chunky pineapple glaze. There's always something special on the menu.
Prego Plus. It's one spaghetti sauce with meat you can sink your fork into, like whole slices of real Italian sausage. It's all in there. Prego Plus. It's one sauce with meat you can sink your fork into.
When you're headed for a tricky job, don't take chances with your tools.
You're doing it right.
Rely on Stanley quality.
Doing it right.
Stanley accuracy.
You're doing it.
When everything's riding on precision, you
you can depend on Stanley.
Let's do it!
Win a Chevy S10 Blazer and $1,000 worth of Stanley tools.
Stanley helps you do things right.
Look for the great Stanley Blazer Hunt display at participating stores.
We will return to Lucille Ball and Daphne Zuniga in Stone Pillow. Saturday.
I'm a lady who lives out on a limb.
A beautiful test pilot with a deadly secret takes Hawk on the most romantic ride of his life on Airwolf. Then on the CBS Saturday Night Movies.
So your folks are going out of town.
The film that launched Tom Cruise to stardom.
Just use your best judgment. You know we trust you.
What could possibly happen when an all-American boy is left to his own devices? He could take a fall for a girl on call, which could get him into a little risky business.
Who's the U-boat commander?
All Saturday.
Good evening from CBS News. This is Newsbreak. The State Department tonight gave former Soviet defector Vitaly Yurchenko the green light to return to the Soviet Union. The one-time KGB agent who went to work with the CIA says he's not being pressured. He just wants to go home. A series of explosions and fires tore through an oil refinery and natural gas storage plant in Mont Belvieu, Texas today. 2 workers were killed, and it took some 200 firefighters nearly 6 hours to control the flames. At least 13 people have died in floods coursing through the Appalachians. Roanoke, Virginia was especially hard hit. Heavy rains have sent some rivers up to more than 12 feet above flood level.
Get a little closer with Arid Extra Dry.
To get close, I trust Arid, because only Arid has this powerful formula to help stop wetness before embarrassing odor can start.
Get a little closer with Arid Extra Dry.
I'm Bill Curtis, CBS News, Chicago. More news later on this CBS station.
This is CBS.
Hello, Linus. I see your blanket's out for washing. I feel so insecure. Security is why over 43 million people trust Metropolitan to ensure their lives and health and homes and cars and retirement. Does Metropolitan give out blankets? No, but the world-famous Metropolitan Life Representative is the very symbol of security in an uncertain world. You're right. I feel better already. Get Met. It pays.
On the coast of California, while big jets reach for the sky, one of the smallest endangered species quietly reaches for its dinner. The El Segundo blue lives on wild buckwheat, on land that's part of an oil refinery. It's not much bigger than your fingernail, yet people who work there protect the area and plant buckwheat. Do people really do that so 1/10 of a gram of beauty can survive? People do.
Strange Disappearances, Wednesday at 7:30.
We now return to the television premiere of Stone Pillow.
There's something about Best Foods. Perfect with everything Best Foods that you just can't forget. So thick, so luscious. Best Foods Real Mayonnaise.
Bring out the best foods and bring out the best.
Just wait till you taste my broccoli. Whether I mix it with exotic straw mushrooms and bamboo shoots in my latest farm fresh mixture, or I add it to my delicious pasta primavera, Bird's Eye's newest international recipe, I guarantee you've never had anything like it, because my broccoli's picked at the peak of freshness and flash frozen. So it tastes fresh and just picked delicious. Fresh ideas are always growing at Bird's Eye. Just wait till you taste my corn. It'll be...
Looking my best, feeling my best, doing my best. I'm at my best. I'm at my best with Maybelline.
Long-wearing nail color by Maybelline lasts through work, lasts through play, lasts through all you do and say. And what colors? Long-wearing nail color by Maybelline lasts and lasts and lasts.
To announce the winning lettuce and tomato hamburger, Sizzler Aretha Franklin and the Iceman Jerry Butler.
McDonald's new McGee.
Some like it hot, some like it cool. Red is so much better. McDonald's has found a brand new way to bring hot and cool together. New McGee is packaged like this, so the beef stays hot
And the lettuce stays crisp. Could be the best tasting lettuce and tomato hamburger ever.
New McGee.
The GE 2800 dishwasher. It does almost everything but clear the table.
GE, we bring good things to life.
Okay, Mom, which hand has the newest idea in douches? Wrong. 2 Massengill vinegar and water douches. Right, new extra cleansing and extra mild. Now we have a choice of Massengill freshness. What's the difference? New extra cleansing. The only vinegar and water with PuraClean. PuraClean? For effective cleansing. And extra mild. The only douche with no additives. I've always trusted Massengill. Extra mild for me. I choose extra cleansing.
Trust Massengill, the leader for 73 years.
Carrie is so very...
Different. It doesn't feel like ordinary lotion. It's concentrated.
Carrie is so very...
Rich in emollients. It even made my rough elbows and heels soft again.
Carrie is so very...
Discover the gentle way to color your gray. Without peroxide, without changing your natural color. Discover loving care.
Why don't you wash that gray right out of your hair?
And keep your natural color.
Ooh, I've got an awful headache. Where's my extra strength bufferin?
Oh, I borrowed it for my back, all this lifting. Then Jim took it for a stiff elbow.
Backache? Stiff elbows? Jim, got my bufferin?
Dave took it. Sore pitching arm.
My bufferin for all that.
For headaches and a whole lot more, Extra Strength Bufferin goes to the heart of the pain with the strongest dose of pain reliever you can buy. Nothing relieves more aches and pains.
Ah, my bufferin.
For headaches and a whole lot more, Extra Strength Bufferin, also in regular strength from Bristol-Myers.
We will return to the television premiere of Stone Pillow, starring Lucille Ball. Wednesday, Charlie's tight budget puts the kids in a temporary squeeze.
How long is temporary? Till you become a doctor.
And on George Burns, is Patrick Duffy's dream girl for real?
Wake up! I'm here.
Then, a vicious plot to assassinate.
My death could benefit you.
A tender trap.
I'll always love you.
For the Equalizer.
In the heat of the day, there's a different kind of fight. Some lust for passion and some burn for fame. Hard as they try, they just can't quench love's flame. In the heat of the day.
Weekdays on CBS.
This is CBS.
I don't mind working hard, but I'll tell you how I feel. I work an honest day, and I want an honest deal.
Nobody wants high food prices. So when more people come to Safeway than any other food store in America, you know we gotta be giving them a good deal.
I work an honest day, and I want an honest
Safeway,
deal.
America's favorite food store.
This is the symbol of reliable overnight delivery. Express mail service from the post office. We deliver excellence for less.
At 11, day 1 of the meat cutters strike will have the latest on the walkout that is already causing problems at some stores. There's been a break among the ranks of the strikers. We'll tell you at 11. LA police say they have cracked the case in an ambush murder of one of their own. Details in the arrest of 4 suspects for the assassination of Detective Williams. Hundreds of police officers mourned him today as he was buried. Also, we'll tell you about an airfare war that's going to make the skies awfully friendly to your pocketbook. Plus, have the latest on the birth of test tube triplets right here in LA. Those stories plus Laker highlights at 11.
Beating Infertility this week at 6.
We now return to Lucille Ball and Daphne Zuniga in Stone Pillow.
Tyson chicken chunks. Golden, crispy, quick and easy, too. Next time the kids say,
Wow, chicken chunks. Super.
100% chicken. John loves chicken. Perfect when he wants it.
Delicious, hon. Gotta go.
And just 250 calories a serving.
At Tyson, we're doing our best.
Golden, crispy Tyson chicken chunks.
Just for you.
There's something new in the world of cold relief. New Actifed 12-hour capsules. 12-hour Actifed relief for stuffy nose and sinuses. 12-hour Actifed relief for sneezing and runny nose. Just one capsule for day and one capsule for night. Gives you relief from these cold symptoms for one full revolution of our Earth. Actifed 12-hour capsules. Available without a prescription. Who says there's nothing new under the Earth?
Here comes the one, the delicious one. Heinz is the thick, rich one. There's only one ketchup with this flavor pouring on. So thick, so rich, so second to none.
Only one ketchup stands for this kind of thickness with this kind of taste. Heinz.
Heinz is the thick, rich one.
Ketchup lovers, now try Heinz in the 64-ounce plastic bottle.
When you're hungry, only Hungry Jack is good enough for your Virginia baked ham and black-eyed peas, clam chowder and Boston baked beans, Hungry Jack and chicken soup, hot chili and lamb stew, Hungry Jack peanut butter jelly, pepperoni pizza, mustard choli. Only Hungry Jack biscuits are so light, so flaky, so versatile, they're the only ones good enough for your salami, pastrami, a slice of Swiss, Hungarian goulash, or any dish. Only Hungry Jack is good enough.
And now, the conclusion of Stone Pillow, starring Lucille Ball.
Hi, I'm Lucy. In tonight's presentation, we have touched on several important contemporary issues, including the problem of the poverty-stricken and homeless in America. Many good books provide information and greater understanding about these subjects. The Library of Congress suggests you visit your local library or bookstore. The people there will be happy to help you read more about it.
Thursday, Magnum rides into danger when he wrestles rustlers.
Cattle rustlers?
But will Higgins order him corralled?
Go to my room.
Then Simon and Simon face a visit from a sex surrogate.
Our mother sent you.
But a killer has plans to cut in on her business.
Be the last thing you do.
And on Knots Landing.
Next time, have the decency to wash off that cheap perfume before you come home to me.
And will Mac's illicit relationship play into Abby's hands? Thursday.
Sunday, November 17th.
What would you suggest we do at bedtime?
We get married. The family he cherished, he would tear apart.
I never forgot how lovely you are.
The love that lasted a lifetime, he would destroy. Peter Strauss, Sam Neill, Veronica Hamill. Can love survive the power of hate? Cain and Abel.
This is CBS. Shoppers find a shortage at some meat counters. Next up tonight, the latest on the meat cutter strike that has left some people looking for beef and some strikers locked out of work. Plus, an L.A. couple tries to have a baby for 13 years, and tonight, they have 3 of them.
Also ahead tonight, if you're thinking about catching a flight out of town, we'll tell you an airfare war could make your plans a lot cheaper. Plus, maybe your first flight should take you here. We're going to tell you where they're already skiing thanks to an early snow. I'm Tricia Toyota.
And I'm John Schubeck, and those stories plus highlights of a Lakers celebration and loss. Next on the Channel 2 News Tonight.
Watch out. AT&T is dropping something on you. Our international rates. Now when you dial direct, a 10-minute call to the UK can average just 74 cents a minute. West Germany, just 79 cents a minute. Or Japan, just $1.02 a minute. So now that we've dropped our rates, why don't you pick up the phone? AT&T, the right choice.
Someone just asked me why I wasn't flying the plane.
And you said?
I'd love to, Captain. Anyway, we're on vacation. Can't they tell we're on vacation? Now, why does that look familiar? Because we've been there. I like it better here.
Frequent flyers like the future on Western Airlines.
It's the only way to fly. Only. What a novel concept.
How would you rate your supermarket standards on things like quality, selection, service? Would you give it an A, B, C? Well, now one of the world's largest accounting firms has verified the results of a recent consumer survey.
Surely we found that when supermarket standards were rated overall, Ralph's received an A. No other major supermarket chain received a higher rating.
No wonder more people shop Ralph's than any other supermarket. They're finding lower prices and higher standards that have been verified.
Strange disappearances, Wednesday at 7:30.
This is Channel 2 News with Tricia Toyota, John Schubeck, weather with Kevin O'Connell, and Jim Hill on sports. From Los Angeles, this is Channel 2 News Tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight is the first night of the meat cutters strike, and already shoppers are telling us it is having an impact. They're having a tough time finding meat in some stores. There are two other late developments tonight. Two grocery store chains actually broke ranks. They have already settled with the strikers, but other stores not yet affected by the walkout say that they are not going to allow union meat cutters or the Teamsters into their stores. Now, as you can imagine, all of this is causing tension on the picket lines. Pam Moore has more.
Strikers outside the Vons headquarters in El Monte told me they'll be here all night. They want to slow down and discourage any and every Vons delivery. Those trucks that do try to press past the picket lines don't do so easily. In fact, in some cases, like this one, the truck drivers simply turn away. Police say there have been 3 arrests here, 2 strikers for blocking traffic and 1 truck passenger who sprayed mace at picketers. Vons is the strike target store, and workers say they can't believe things have gone this far.
It's amazing to believe a big company like this, Vons, that we make them number one. We make them number one, and this is what we get in return.
Even though we, the Teamsters Union, have offered to go to binding arbitration and have it settled, they have totally refused that. They seem intent on destroying our job security.
The strikers don't like the company proposal for a 2-tier wage system, for cuts to health, welfare, and pension benefits, nor the company plans to slash the guaranteed 8-hour shift. Vons officials insist, despite the strike, business is as usual. They say the staff is handling meat cutters' work and with few problems, and that shoppers need not worry.
At the very beginning, you may see a few special cuts and specialty items that will not be available. But in a relatively short time, almost everything they're used to seeing will become available.
I checked some meat counters tonight, and just as earlier, they were sparse but not empty. But shoppers I talked with were not happy about the selection.
We looked for chicken, and there was no chicken. And we looked for some steaks, and there were no steaks.
There was no lineup of ribs or steaks or whatever, you know. We were looking for pork chops or something tonight, and nothing.
So again, tonight, many people are saying they cannot find the meats they need. They might not have a problem at 2 major stores, though. Boys and Pioneer both settled earlier today. And we are told that just after midnight tonight, 9 other stores affected by this strike are going to start locking out the meat cutters and the Teamsters. Now, those stores are Albertsons, Alpha Beta, Hughes, Lucky, Safeway, Stater Brothers, Ralph's, the Food Company, and Vons. And we are also told that that lockout will eventually affect delivery of produce, dairy products, bakery goods, and the deli departments. This could be a big one.
Wow, something can affect all of us sooner or later. Los Angeles police say a cop killer is behind bars tonight, and 3 other men are also under arrest. All of them suspects in the assassination of Detective Tom Williams. The police chief, Daryl Gates, identified the suspects at this news conference this afternoon. These are the men: Dwayne Moody, Reuben Moss, Voltaire Williams, and Daniel Jenkins. Jenkins was convicted of armed robbery just last Friday. Williams had testified against him. The police say that's why Williams was murdered.
To strike on the 31st
had to be, after the detective had testified all day and after the case had gone to the jury, had to be nothing but vengeance, and strictly vengeance.
Chief Gates would not say which man actually is accused of, or will be accused of, pulling the trigger in that murder last week in Canoga Park, but all of the suspects have been booked on conspiracy to commit the slaying. Earlier today, police officers from all over the state honored Detective Williams. They were among 1,000 people who showed up at this funeral mass to pay their respects and render their support to the Williams family. Later at Mission Hills, a 21-gun salute was fired in remembrance of the slain detective, and a priest compared him to Jesus, saying both men died while confronting evil. Detective Williams was gunned down last week after 13 years with the LAPD.
In other news tonight, KGB defector Vitaly Yurchenko is free to go, free to return to the Soviet Union. Yesterday, he stunned American leaders by saying that he had never defected at all. Tonight, he was called here to the State Department, where U.S. officials grilled him with questions. Yurchenko insists that he was drugged and kidnapped by the CIA. Tonight, the State Department called that a lie, but said it will not stop him from leaving the U.S. There is speculation tonight that Yurchenko may have been a double agent all along, planted by the Soviets to embarrass the CIA. But of course, we may never know the real story.
There's a frightening story out of Texas tonight. 2 people are dead, an entire town evacuated. It all happened after an explosive gas fire. Flames shot 400 feet in the air after an explosion occurred at an underground storage tank. The fire apparently started as a crew of workers tried to fix a gas leak. There were a series of explosions that followed, and then the ball of flame. 2 refinery employees died in the accident. 2,000 people, virtually the entire town of Mont Belvieu, had to be evacuated. We talked with authorities there tonight. They say everybody's back home at this hour, and the fire, after 6 hours of burning, is finally out.
Well, John, the space shuttle is heading home. In just a couple of hours, it will be landing in the Mojave Desert at Edwards Air Force Base. We're told that people are already showing up tonight to get a good view tomorrow morning. Astronauts worked overtime today to finish up their experiments, packed up for the landing. This was really an international mission. The trip was financed by West Germany. The 8 astronauts are American and West German. Tonight, NASA says it looks like a success. Shuttle landing tomorrow out at Edwards at 9:44 a.m.
The happy new parents of test tube triplets are flying high tonight. And who could blame them? They've been trying to have children for 13 years.